And I guess we are live here tonight at CDB Design Studios Facebook page, and I am the creative director of CDB Design Studio. My name is Cassia Marina, where we specialize in branding and brand websites. We specialize in Squarespace hosted websites more specifically. And tonight I'm going to be doing a brand audit. So I'm going to wait to see if Abby is going to hop on, because this is her website that she DIY'd herself. I am going to wait. And please let me know how you all are hearing me, and if the music in the background is too distracting. Hey Abby, can you help me out with voice and audio control? Are you hearing the loud music in the background? Is it overpowering my voice? And if you all are seeing everything properly. What music? Okay, well, it's going to be distracting me a little bit, but I'm going to push through nevertheless. Right? There's zero music. Okay, good. Good. So maybe the microphone headset is filtering that out, but I'm hearing it. So, all right, guys. So, brand audit, brand website audit, because we specialize in websites, because branding is what makes our website special, and the fact that it's all strategically done. It's not just an online brochure. There's strategy behind it, and part of the strategy is branding as well as systems, etc., etc. So, I'm going to touch on the logo a little bit, because all that is affecting the interpretation and what visitors are going to get from the site. So, off the bat, about when I entered Benies.com, to go over here. Right. So we go to your website. I'm refreshing. We land. So first thing off the bat, I know the pop-up is going to come up in a few seconds, but first thing off the bat, there's your logo, big and bold, and the first thing you can see is cakes, cupcakes, desserts, right? I'm going to come back to that. So I'm going to talk about this pop-up here. So first things first, the last time I was on your site, Abby, I did not like the text. So this is a big improvement. The color choices are nice. I'm going to look at it from a branding perspective just now. But this is a nice choice of color, because usually when it comes to cupcakes and that type of industry, they use a lot of pastel colors because it reminds you of icing sugar, right? So that's appropriate. Good choice of color. I'm glad you changed the font, and it's a better choice of font because it's very clean, easy to read, nothing too swirly, and yeah. The only thing is it needs better design, this pop-up, because my eyes don't know where to look first. It's like I'm seeing thanks for our survey, I'm seeing this box, I'm seeing this text, I'm seeing this picture, but there is no proper brand or design hierarchy. So I am not sure where to start reading. Should I start, sorry, I'm pointing. Should I start at 2 weeks to go, or should I start over here? There needs to be like a strong starting point, which is where your headline would come in. While I'm doing this audit, I wouldn't be able to see your comments, so I am going to stop and check from time to time. Okay, so I know comments are coming in because I hear pop, so I will come and check every now and again. So that is something I could work on. What I would like to see, my tip would be to use, here's the image going straight down, and then you have all the information coming down. I'm not sure what Wix features are like, but I know with Squarespace, this, why do I keep pointing? This box here, when you click to enter your information, when you click and you decide, okay, I want to sign up for this mailing list, then this box pops up, which is a better way to lay out a pop-up like this, because it's a bit busy and it's a lot going on. And then you have your social media icons and your contact information, which isn't necessary. Your pop-up should just be focused on what you want them to do, 3 or 4 lines telling them why they need to. There's too much text happening here. And then when they click, it should take them maybe to another page to enter their information, or even if it's right here, it's just too much happening. You don't need to have your social media icons, because the idea is for them to peruse your website. When they enter here, what's going to happen? They're going to click Facebook and then go to Facebook and then leave your website without visiting it. Go to Instagram, LinkedIn, and they're just going to call. These are things to think about. You're going to want to have this more on the website. This doesn't need to be here. If it is here, I always like to see social media icons and the brand colors and very small. So if people really want to go there, then they can click it, but it's not intrusive. But it feels a little bit intrusive, this information here. So those are my first comments. Okay, yes, just checking your comments. Right, so the next thing is, as you already know how I feel about your logo, it does not give a true representation of what you do and what you offer. I am familiar with what you plan to do going forward, which is to introduce the cakes, but what I would have liked to see for your logo was to see something more of, like, because your name is French, something more of an Eiffel Tower, something representing standing tall, because it is a tower. I don't see where a peacock comes in, and it doesn't really tell me anything when I land on your page. And because your logo is so big, it can communicate a little bit of confusion for the for the visitor. And the cupcakes make me think, okay, she sells cupcakes. And then I'm seeing cakes, cupcakes, desserts, favors, and more. This text here jumps out to me before I even read this and any of this. So I see cakes, I'm glimpsing some cakes here, I'm glimpsing cakes here. So I will think what you provide is cakes. Same thing with these social media icons. If you can make these all white or any one of these 3 colors, it would be much better. I feel like a lot of information is trying to be conveyed, and you want to guide the reader or your visitor through your site. You don't want them to just be like, "Ooh, where do I go? Where do I start?" Yeah, I feel like everyone is trying to be seen. So think of it like Beyonce and her lead singers, then there are the dancers. There's a sequence. So what is the first thing you want them to read? And then there's a guide where you experience, where you guide them through the site, right? So then there's this, I think, yeah, so these social media icons are jumping out at me before I can really even read the navigation, and I'm not really sure why. Same thing for this information. I also think the logo might be a bit too big. If you want to go with a big logo, I would suggest going with the type of layout where this whole screen area has like an image or a slider of your product going like this in the background, and the logo is on top, but behind it is your product going across the screen. And then as they scroll down, it's like welcome, whatever copy that you may have continuing after that. Yeah. Okay. So the next thing is, of course, consistency. So just check to make sure that all your fonts like this and this is consistent. So far, I'm seeing consistency with the font of the headings. I think that the spacing in between here, it's kind of on top of each other. That's more of a design principle there. So you want to have some space in between the text and the edge of the artwork. Same here. This button, I think it can be a little bit bigger, but I do see it, but I think it can be just a little bit bigger. So like you bring it out to about here and here. Now I know you want to show the stands in use with cakes, but just be mindful that you want to convey that you are selling or renting, sorry, you are renting stands. So that's the first page. Oh, Wix. Now, granted, you have your domain, that is great, but everyone does not need to know that you're on Wix. It does not need to be advertised. Only if they go digging, they will figure out, hey, this is a Wix site. Usually people like myself and who are tech savvy would be able to determine what platform a site is on, but it gives it that cheap feeling when you have create your Wix site. You can do it yourself start now. Like you don't need to be advertising for Wix. I don't know if you're getting paid for each person that you refer to, but that's not a professional finish. Proudly created with Wix.com. That's a personal choice. I see some sites do the same thing with Squarespace or WordPress, or they say what theme they're using. Also, this needs to go because you paid for your domain, and if this is a feature that you can't get rid of without upgrading, I would suggest to upgrade and get rid of these two banners, because while you may do a DIY site, it should not feel like a DIY site. So when I'm teaching the course Elevate, where I am teaching entrepreneurs and bloggers and creatives to DIY their own site, it's going to have a professional finish in the end. Not because you're DIY, people have to know that it wasn't professionally done. That's the whole point of the course, so that it does not come across DIY. I think this can be a little bit narrower, right? Bring it down. And the spacing in between the text all seems a bit too big for my liking. And again, you know how I feel about these social media icons. They seem out of place, and they are not meshing with the overall aesthetic of the website and overall your brand. I'll tell you the same thing for business cards. If you had a business card that was looking just like this, a simple, sleek, nice design, everything is white, purple, teal, and then you have the social media icons. I really, really hate to see business cards, flyers, anything, and then they all have the social media icons in default. I think it just does not look very branded. And granted, or many people don't design with branding in mind, but it doesn't have a uniform finish and it clashes with the overall design. Even if it's just a simple basic flyer, everything must be in theme. Okay. It's a cost thing. All right, I thought so. Sometimes, like you have, like even if you upgrade, I've experienced or seen in the past where certain subscriptions that you have to go in and remove the ads, even though like, okay, I upgrade. They leave it there hoping that you are unaware, which most people are, many people are, and they don't remove it. So while they may have the upgraded package, they may not remove it. So I was not sure if that was the case. So when you upgrade, remember to remove those banners and stickers or tickets or ticker. I'll call this a ticker. Hi B, thanks for tuning in, doing our brand website audit for Abby here. All right, so I'm going to move on to well, let me see what happens if I click book your stand here. So let me see what your booking page looks like. Oh, well, I will say I do like this, that you put in the logos for your payment solutions. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about it on this side here. It would be better for you to place these somewhere at the top here, but preferably at the bottom or even somewhere here in the middle while you go through navigation of the site. It seems odd from a design point of view to just place them on the side here. Or if you're going to put it on the side, I'll put, to balance it off, I'll put Paywise here and then Payoneer on this side. But what I tend to do for companies' logos, which is kind of just like social media icons, is to get a, as you said, a monochromatic version, so like an all white, so that that their branding is not jumping out and being distracting to your website. It's all about maintaining your brand, and your terms and conditions, it's somehow being cut off, so you want to fix that. And usually this is good to put in the footer of your website. So the footer that is on your homepage, on your homepage, should show up on most of your pages. So if I click here, that same footer is going to show up at the bottom here, so that they can always click and get the payment information or the terms and conditions or any pertinent information that you want to have accessible to this site, but definitely not on this side here. It seems very awkward. All of these seem very awkward placing them there, and then as I mentioned, this is cutting off on this side. I do love your specs. That is very good. I mean, that's something many business owners overlook. Like, so if I am adding a store or a shop or any sort of product or website, is pulling teeth to get clients to give me the information. Like, what? Give me the information. Give me the description. Like, people, as much information and as specific as you can get about your product. When you go on Amazon, use Amazon as an example. When you go on Amazon, you see they have lots and lots of information. They have the specs, they have the dimensions, they have the color, they have the availability. Amazon, Walmart, Target. Look at those big companies and see all the specs to give you an idea of how specific you can get. And then a funky description, like, you know, your description does not have to be boring. It should reflect your brand voice. So if you're sassy, write a description that you know is going to sell your product and connect with your ideal client. So that's a tip, side tip for writing your descriptions. I love that you have pricing. For those of you who are familiar with my content, I don't see the point in hiding your pricing information if you have a website. Obviously, yes, if you have to provide a quote, say, contact us for a specific quote. But when a visitor comes to your site, you want to at least let them know if they're in the right place. So they don't waste their time asking you for a quote and you're out of their budget, or you're too cheap and they probably think, I don't like their quality of stuff. And then they don't waste your time you providing a quote. Like, the whole point of a website is to cut the work down for you. You want to put your website to work. Checking in on the comments. Hey April, I'm trying to wrap this up in about 10 minutes to hop on for your planning live. Yeah, okay. Great. You were inspired by Amazon for this page. This is excellent. And this is why I keep saying on lives that it's important to research. Most times with design, everybody sees the end product, but they don't understand the process to get from here to here. There is research. There's the draft. There's the revisions. There is so many phases you have to go through. And it looks easy, but it's not easy. There's a process. And to get an excellent, effective design, research is critical. Right, so I'm going to try to go through this a little bit faster. So I love this. I love that you have your call to actions. Abby, you're making me very happy. I'm a little bit proud. So you have your call to actions. This is good. Now, you don't want to come off too salesy. So there is a such thing as too many call to actions, but this is fine. You're on the right track here. I'm seeing on this page that you are selling cupcake. That's why I say selling. Renting cupcake stands more than you are selling cupcakes. And then you have the different types. So your site, this page is archived very nicely, or not archived, but organized very nicely. And when I say archive, I mean that everything is organized. This is good. You are providing a lot of information and you are really automating your process as much as possible. You really are putting the information to work. So you have a lot of blog articles. So the rave reviews, I would suggest to put that somewhere on your homepage to capture visitors as soon as they land on your site. You can put them in other areas of your site, but at least have some testimonials on your first page. So all in all, it's not bad for a DIY site. It's a lot better than others. And there are a lot, it could do it a lot of work where it comes from a graphic design perspective and just having the design skills which the average business person would not have. So that's where the professionals would come in. I would lay things out a lot cleaner, a lot sleeker, etc., etc. But there are just some things that can't be taught. In my personal opinion, some people have the skills. And I guess over time, some people develop the skills. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's a big improvement from the first one. So I'm gonna pull back up. Hey Stacy, I'm wrapping up a brand website audit. Thanks, Abby. Yes. And as soon as you're ready, I know we spoke, as soon as you're ready, I'm going to transform this all over, but we have to start from scratch with the branding in order for the website to be spectacular. Because like I said, it's the design aspect of it that will take this website to the next level, and a couple other things that I would add to it as well. Let me see if I missed any comments. Oh yeah, forever tweaking. This is another thing. A website is never done. It's like a home. It's like just like a physical store. It's just a digital version of it. You're always going to be tweaking it. You're always going to be rearranging, improving, swapping out graphics. If you have a new promotion, you're going to be putting up a new banner. It's a constant working process. I was just working on my website. I'm working on my website every single day. As soon as something needs to change, I want to add some new information. If I think of a new way to say something or lay out something, I hop on and I change it. I was just updating the portfolio page on the website. So you can hop on to www.cdbdesignstudio.com and head on to the portfolio page. I'm updating some clients' projects that are wrapping up, are going to be coming soon. So you'll get to see a preview of whose work is going to be revealed next, what websites are going to be unveiled next, but I can't reveal them just yet because they have not launched. The sites are complete, but I can't launch yet, and I just can't wait to launch them. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for sharing your hearts, your thumbs up, your likes, and I will talk to you again probably Friday or next week, Tuesday, for Tea Time Tuesday. But as this is Christmas break everywhere, I am going to be showing up a lot more often. So you can definitely see me here on the page for Tea Time Tuesdays every Tuesday. And I'll be hopping in randomly on the day-to-day basis. Oh yeah, I can't wait to show you guys. Yeah, and if you are not on the mailing list, just head on over to the website, or I will drop the link to join the mailing list. You want to be on it because I have some news coming out. And Instagram. I'm on Instagram daily. I'm on Instagram stories daily. You don't want to miss it. You're missing a treat. Instagram stories is where it's at. You're getting daily content. And you can ask me anything. I'll answer it on Instagram. All right, so take care, guys. Have a great night and goodbye.